Hi, this is Mrs. Knopf, and today we are going to continue in our method book on the flute with line 36, Morning from Peer Gynt. And in this line, we have some phrasing that's marked for us, and it's in the form of slurs. So we're going to tackle that in just a moment. Let's go through and see what all we have, and then we'll get started. So first, we always have our treble clef, followed by our key signature. So we have our B flat on the third line, tells us all Bs are flat. And then our E flat on the fourth space, this tells us all Es are flat. And even if we don't have an E flat, that's okay. It's still part of the key signature. This tells us we are in the key of B flat. Our time signature is 3/4 time, so we have 3 beats in every measure. And our whole note, even though we don't have one, is given on the bottom, gives us the value of that whole note. So if the whole note is 4 beats and half of a whole is a half of 4 is 2, we don't have any half notes, but it's still important information. The half note would get 2 beats. Then half of a half is a quarter, half of 2 is 1, so all the quarter notes get 1 beat. Then half of a quarter is an eighth, and half of 1 is a half. So the eighth notes at the end of the fourth measure, those get half a beat each. They are paired up, so each pair of eighth notes, and they are beamed together, they take up 1 full beat. Now, we have a dotted half note in the very last measure. The dot adds half of the note's value to it. So remember that half note was worth 2 beats. Half of 2 is 1, so 2 plus 1 is 3. And that dotted half note gets 3 beats. Next, we have this long curved line that goes from the very first note to the first note of measure 4. Then our eighth notes are connected with a slur, and then we have a slur that takes us all the way through the second line. So you don't want to start each note with a t, just the first note of each slur marking. So if you were doing just the air, you would go, and that would take you all the way through that first phrase. So try to breathe when that slur is broken. So take a big enough breath to get you through, and let's try this. Oh, we need to actually go through what our notes are. Lots of quarters. We start on an F, then we move down to a D on the fourth line, go down our scale to C, B flat, and then back up, C, D. Then we have an F, back to D and C again, B flat. And then eighth note C's and D's, C, D, C, D. So you got to make sure that your fingers are close enough to move. And then we start the second line, F, D, F, G, D, G, F, D, C, B flat. So we're going to fill up our lungs. We're going to take a nice deep breath, and we're going to start. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, ready, and I have a hard time getting all the way through that second line in a single breath. So that's something that will definitely take practice and some time working through. So definitely make working long tones part of your daily warm up. And I hope this helps. We'll see you next time.